Hey YouTube, this is Smash Adams. I know I haven't been making any videos lately. I've been busy and all. It's been very hectic for me, so who could blame me? Today I just thought I'd give you a segment of this week's Cards of the Week. I was originally going to do one, but I figured for fun I'd add an extra in just to give you guys an idea of how they work off each other, along with decks that are out there right now. And also, those two cards that I'm going to describe are cards that I'm currently using in a deck that I'm making right now as we speak. And that's one of the main reasons, well, one of a few main reasons why I've been, not making videos lately. So, some fair information to you guys. One of those cards is divided into 3 levels. You could get an idea by now. And the other one supports it, like I said, and can work in any deck that you choose, as far as on the monster class that I'm about to describe. I hope you enjoy this segment of this week's Cards of the Week. To start off, we're going to begin with the first card, Horus the Black Flame Dragon. Yes, one of my favorite cards growing up, and he's a very powerful card, divided into 3 levels, like I said, 4, 6, and 8. To start off, we're going to begin with level 4. The control of this card can't be switched. Who wouldn't want that? Especially if you wanted to get some Synchro Summons in, or some Exceed Summons in, or remove from play to summon Red Eye's Darkness Metal, or level up to get into level 6, or sacrifice to get into level 6 for anything stronger. Who wouldn't want that? Or make it an easy special summon for Red Eye's Darkness Metal. Yeah. 1,600 attack points, yeah, that's reasonable. Wish it were 1,900, but can't really do that now, can you? But he's a very powerful dragon when he needs to be. Pretty good in lockdown decks. Awesome in any kind of Horus deck, especially Horus Jinzo lockdowns. Very good with Jinzo. And, yeah, pretty awesome. Horus level 6. Now, this guy is like the second to one of my favorite Horus level monsters. He can't be affected by spells, plus if you go into battle against another card and it's instantly destroyed, then who knows, you could probably go for the ultimate level, probably. But yeah, he's a really good card when he needs to be. He can prevent himself from being stopped by stalling cards like Swords of Revealing Light or the Dark Door or Nightmare Steel Cage or Level Limit Area B. Pretty much he can just go through those cards. He can't be affected by any spells like Book of Moon, Shrink, Dark Hole, Lightning Vortex, Smashing Ground, Mind Control. You can go down the whole list of spells that try to affect this card but can't. But also, a really good combo that can help can also be the, well, from what I call it, the level 6 wipeout. Pretty much what you do is, if you have Horus level 6 on the field and your opponent has like a truckload of monsters on their field, just waiting to trigger some kind of a field strategy, you activate Dark Hole while he's on the field, and it destroys their monsters in and instead of Horus being affected, he stays. So he's pretty much, think of Jinzo with Call on it if you play Mystical Space Typhoon or something like that. He's pretty much unaffected by that. So, yeah, that's what I call the Horus level 6 wipeout. Pretty good combo, to say the least, along with others. And can go straight into a level up against level 8. Pretty awesome. And very fast when it comes to one monster tributes. Who wouldn't want that? Especially if he can be unaffected by spells. And lastly, for the first of 2 cards of the week, Horus level 8, my favorite of the 3. The optional effect of negating spells. In this case, I would go for negating spells. Plus, he's fodder for trade-in, discard, level 8, draw 2. And he's really good in Horus lockdown decks. That's what people mainly go for in a lockdown deck, because they want to go for negating spells and negating traps at the same time if they had Jinzo or Royal Decree. But he's very good in not just that, but Horus Control, which I ran. Well, I was going to make a couple of months ago, but I took it apart and adjusted it to the Dragon deck that I'm currently running now, just to see how fun it is. And I would say he's kind of up there with Dark Paladin. The only reason why I say he's up there compared to Dark Paladin is because the effect may be optional, but at the same time, you don't have to discard cards just to use it. Dark Paladin's effect, it could be dead if you don't really have much of anything to stop spells. I'd rather just have an effect ready to go and just negate it altogether than just be waiting for a card to discard, then negate the spell altogether, Who wouldn't want that? And plus, he's 3,000 points. I mean, he's a beat stick. Who wouldn't want that? Especially up against cards that can that are really really good nowadays. The second card that basically supports this card, like I mentioned earlier in the video, King Dragun. King Dragun has been one of 2 of my favorite dragon cards growing up, next to Horus. But also, he's very good in lockdowns, like Horus lockdowns or Dragoon / 5-headed dragon builds. And, well, any kind of build. Even Chaos Dragon builds are pretty useful with this card, but a lot of people don't run him because they say, oh, he's not broken enough and stuff like that. You never know until you try him out. I mean, just give it a go. Pretty much what this card does, you can special summon 1 dragon from your hand, any kind of dragon, just as long as it can be special summoned. The only one that can't, in this case, well, 2 of them in this case, are Felgrand Dragon, from what I know of, and Light and Darkness Dragon. And plus, those dragons can't be targeted by spells, traps, or monster card effects. And also, if you have another one on the field, another King Dragon, so to speak, I think there's a chance you could get a lockdown in and have like a dragon protection barrier. So, yeah, who wouldn't want that? I could be wrong about the whole Dragoon lockdown thing with more than 1 King Dragoon on the field to prevent your dragons from being targeted by heavy-duty spell traps and monster card effects that target every dragon. But you never know until you find out. I mean, there wasn't a ruling saying that it can't, but if I'm wrong, then, well, at least I already know. If they did put that up, I would have looked it up by now. But yeah, he could work well with Light Pulsar. He can be brought back with Light Pulsar's effect, since he counts as a level 5 or higher dragon with a dark attribute. He can go into Red Eye's Darkness Metal by using his effect. It's an easy special summon right there for Red Eye's Darkness Metal. You don't need to wait for Totem Dragon. You don't need to wait for another dragon to show up and then remove it from play. You can just instantly use King Dragun, and then you have it right there. And then you can get another special summon in. Who wouldn't want that? Cards that support this card. Could I say, maybe Lord of D, Divine Dragon Ragnarok, and maybe the Dark Hexial Fusion. Nowadays, a lot of people would go for Dark Hexial Fusion because, yeah, Lord of D can prevent cards from affecting dragons, but at the same time, he doesn't have that many options compared to Dark Hexial Fusion, because you only have that one option of just fusing with Lord of D and Divine Dragon Ragnarok. Dark Hexial Fusion can work for both. You can use it on either him or Lord of D. You can fuse with him or Divine Dragon Ragnarok. Sky's the limit with this card. And plus, he can go straight into level 3 or rank 3 exceeds, my bad, with cards that I know, like Giga Brilliant, which is a pretty good card. Wish I had that card. Lv4, which helps with special summoning level 4s or lower, like Apocalypse, for example. Discard a card, bring a dragon back. A lot better than Genesis Dragon, because you don't want any one monster tributes to bring back that card. And another one, Leviathan Dragon. The only thing that sucks about Leviathan Dragon is that you can't attack directly once you detach the last monster. Yeah, I know that, but 3,000 points, yeah, that's good enough for me, because I want to constantly wipe out stuff that's already on the field. But if you detach the first one and just have 25 altogether, you can still go for the direct attack. And plus, that dragon can be special summoned with Darkness Metal's effect if he is in the grave. So it never said anything about Exceed dragon monsters not being resurrected from the grave. And plus, the upside to this card for Dark Hexial Fusion, you don't really need to use polymerization all the time just to fuse for King Dragun. You could use Darkness Metal's effect or King Dragun's effect to get it onto the field, and then or Queen Dragun's effect if you overlay them together, and then just get back the Divine Dragon Ragnarok, and then summon the Dark Hexial Fusion, and then trigger the effect, get rid of them both, and then just have a King Dragun just set and ready to go. So, in other words, you don't really need a polymerization card or any other fusion cards like Future Fusion to get King Dragun out that quickly. But I mean, you can also use the Dark Hexial Fusion. And plus, with like Pulsar on the field, and if you had a Divine Dragon Ragnarok in your hand along with the Dark Hexial Fusion, you can discard those cards, get Pulsar back, play Dragon's Mirror, have that set too. So there are a lot of options you could do with King Dragun and like Pulsar if you were to run King Dragun in a Pulsar deck, so to speak. Yeah, I just thought I'd take this time to actually go over those cards, and let me tell you, you could do wonders with these dragons. I mean, I know a lot of people wouldn't run them, but they can be competitive when they want it. You just got to give them time to work their magic. I mean, King Dragun, yeah, same with Horus. And Queen Dragun Dejin, and I hope that card comes out, because I really would love to use that card. But you can do some damage with these guys. There are many options. Many options with these cards. This has been a segment of Cards of the Week. Comment, rate, subscribe, well, do whatever. And this has been another Smash Adams production. Brought to you by Horus, the Black Flame Dragon level 8, and King Dragun. Peace.